boys. Oh, let me call Ben, hold on.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Where's Frank? Or Ben?
Okay, I'm calling Ben now.
Whoever. You can talk.
I'm trying to get audio.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you can start and Frank's gonna join you. Alright. Is that okay? Ben?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get hold of Ben and Frank. One second.
Oh, I sent someone to get them. So we can start.
Listen, he doesn't need any
Shall I start the show?
Yes, start.
I used to spend my nights out in the bar room. Liquor was the only love I know. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom and brought me back from being too far gone. You're as smooth as Tennessee whiskey. There we go. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
First, I'm sure. Sorry, Mrs. Johnson. Mike Hoppinger, Ring Magazine.
Hey, how are you in magazine?
Doing well. Important question for you. What song are you planning post-celebration victory?
I don't know, but you know there's going to be one, for sure.
Come on, can you give the fans a... What's a possible song?
Who knows, but there will be one, so look forward to it. And if there's any betting going on, get your $10 on the song, for sure.
You haven't fought, a top-level opponent, since Klitschko, of course. I know you had you dealt with a lot of stuff. Do you think that's going to affect you at all in the ring?
Not at all. If you can fight, you can fight. If you can't, don't do it. I'm a true-bred fighting man. And I've never avoided a challenge in my life. And everyone I've ever fought I've beaten, including all the great champions I've fought. I'm going to fight another one, I'm going to beat another one. This is what I do. I'm a champion slayer.
How exciting is it for you personally to be back in this spot after a couple of years off? You're back on,
2.5 years off to be precise. Feels very good to be back. I'm back on top where I belong, and I'm back fighting the best. Like I said many times, if I can't be the best, I don't want to be the rest. Number 1 is the only position I hold. I don't hold number 2, 3, or 4, and I'm going to beat Deontay Wilder and cement my number 1 legacy once again, nearly 3 years later.
Lastly, I know you've already shaved off a ton of weight and you look like you're in really good shape. But you're training at Big Bear, right?
Yeah.
What do you expect that to do for you?
I don't expect you to do nothing apart from acclimatise me to the time zone in Los Angeles. I'm already fit, I'm ready to fight, I'll be ready to fight this weekend. I've got no weight to lose, I'm fit as a fiddle, healthy as a trout, and I can't wait to get the fight on.
Right, so many legendary fighters, have set up their camp there for the biggest fight. Lloyd did it, Shane Mosley did it. Did that inspire you at all?
Very much so. I believe there's a rock up there with everyone's name carved on it. So I'm going to go and get myself a tin of paint and paint Gypsy King on the rock.
Next Tyson.
Next question.
Morgan Taylor, Sporting News. How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
One thing that I find intriguing about this fight is I feel like you and Deontay have this thing in common where at the beginning of your pro careers, a lot of people doubted you would ever not just become champion, but even reach the level of being a top contender. Do you feel any sort of kinship with him in that you guys were both heavily doubted at the start of your pro careers and you've both proven the doubters wrong?
That's what we do. We prove the doubters wrong. Every successful athlete or person always has doubters, naysayers and haters. And if they didn't, they wouldn't be successful. I've been wrote off time and time again. He's fat, he can't box, he can't punch, he's useless. But I just keep doing the thing every single time. Deontay's had the same problem coming up, He's the only heavyweight champion in that past, I don't know how many years it is for the USA. The USA should be lapping Deontay Wilder, loving him, he's a knockout artist. When was the last knockout artist from the United States? Mike Tyson. So this is the man, since the man, to be the knockout king in America. And yet I come over here across the pond to the United States and I've got more fans in America than Deontay Wilder, which is amazing and I'm very thankful for, but shocking as well. I think outside of Alabama, nobody knows who Deontay Wilder is. But every country in the world, they have heard of Tyson Fury and the Gypsy King for many different reasons. And I am welcoming Deontay Wilder into big time boxing on December the 1st. It might only be his only taste, but it's still better to taste than never to ever to taste it.
Hey Tyson, Mike Bach with the Undisputed Champion Network. My first question is simple. Just how much fun are you having with this?
I'm having a lot of fun, you know. I hear all the big fights happen in America. We're better than the home of the stars, Los Angeles, for a massive heavyweight title fight to go down. I'm really, really enjoying it. I've been made feel very, very welcome, and I'm very, very happy to be in the United States of America.
My second question, given the past couple of years, I think getting to this point is already an accomplishment. How much has this helped you personally?
It's helped me a lot, you know. It's no secret I've had my struggles. I've been struggling with a lot of things for a lot of years, but it's almost given me the passion to keep going and keep winning. And I represent all those people out there who are struggling on a day-to-day basis. I'm their guy who's fighting for them. How can I lose? I've got so many people on my side, I can't lose. I ain't just fighting for me or Frank Warren or my family or my country. I'm fighting for every person in the world who struggles with mental health problems. And that's bigger than any country, bigger than any family, it's bigger than any boxer. But I'm their guy, and I'm the guy to fill them boots. And I hold that weight and pressure on my back. I have got broad shoulders, and I hold it perfectly. I fight for them.
Thank you.
Tyson, Miguel Maravillo, Fight News. The last big fight we had here at Staples Center, it was Lennox Lewis and Vitaly Klitschko. That was a hell of a fight. Do you expect the same this time around? Do you plan on giving the LA fans, obviously LA is the capital boxing capital of the world. Talk about that.
You know, the last fight here was Lewis and Klitschko, the big one. It was a very, very exciting fight, a very great fight. So I hope that me and Deontay Wilder can put on just as good a fight, if not better. You know, in that fight, they both had lost fights. Klitschko had lost, and so had Lennox Lewis. This fight is so unique because you've got two heavyweight champions, both unbeaten. So I believe this is going to be one of the first times this has ever happened. I know it's the first time it's ever happened here, but I don't know if it's the first time it's ever happened in history. But it's the first time in a long time anyway, let's say that. Two undefeated world heavyweight champions are going toe to toe to prove who is the best for the fans. Any more?
Tyson, after what we saw, how much do you like the guy now?
Like Deontay Wilder. I think he's a cool guy, and I'd like to take him out for a drink after I knock him out for sure. I think he'd be a good guy to go out with and have a few drinks and relax after the fight. So it's just a fight, no hard feelings. When I beat him fair and square. That's it. I shake his hand and take him out for a beer. No problem. All on me. Treats are on me.
Tyson, Stephen Correa with KOR Sports. You said when you were here yesterday, you did a little experiment. You walked outside and actually asked some people who Deontay Wilder was. Is that true? And what was kind of the count?
It's very true, and BT Sport, United Kingdom station, he's following me around. They have the footage. It wasn't here, it was in New York. It was in New York City, which is closer to him than here. And people didn't know who he was, not at all. If I asked 50 people, maybe 2 people had heard of him. And people was asking the same question about me, and there was a hell of a lot more people that heard of Tyson Fury in New York than Deontay Wilder. Tell you that now. We have video evidence to prove it. I'm not just talking hot air.
And my second question, obviously we're here in LA, the fight's going to be here in LA, but a lot of big fights with English fighters coming over tend to be in Vegas. Was LA maybe something you wanted to be in, you know, kind of with your personality, you fit in perfect in Hollywood, you know what I mean?
Most definitely. When I heard the possibility of fighting in Los Angeles, I jumped at it. I thought, what a place to put on an excellent world heavyweight title fight. You know, I'd obviously watched Lewis Klitschko fight, the build-up to all that. Excellent. Great fight city, great fans, and it's the home of the stars. This is where I belong. I should live here in California. And after a beating, I probably will move here. Because I know that the Californian people will appreciate the Gypsy King. 100%.
Tyson right here, Robert Littell, BSO. We know about your skills in the boxing ring, but obviously it's a mental skill as well, getting into your opponent's head. We saw what happened on stage there. Do you feel like after going through these 3 media days that you're getting into Deontay Wilder's head, and how will you use that in the ring?
100%. I'm glad somebody brought that up because we've had 3 press tours, London, New York, Los Angeles, and I'm 4-0 up today because that was the 10-8 round. 100% that was a 10-8 round. I'm 4-0 up going into the fight now. So he's got to think now for the next 8 weeks, 9 weeks, however long it is to the fight. He lost every single battle on mental side. I'm living in Deontay Wilder's mind rent-free at the moment. And every time he wakes up, he'll think about Tyson Fury. Every time he goes to bed, he'll think about Tyson Fury. Last thing at night, first thing in the morning, he'll think about me and how he's going to lose his belts. He knows deep down he can't beat me. I believe Deontay Wilder's a great fighter, and I believe I'll bring him back after he's been beaten. Because I'm serious when I say I want to promote Deontay Wilder. Who's a better promoter than me in the world? Frank Warren can't even say that. Because I am the best. I am the best self-promoter, and especially boxing, what I adore and love and have a passion for. If I've got a passion for something, I do it excellently.
Frank, how easy does he make it for you? I mean, he's pretty much promoting everything.
I don't know what I'm even doing here. I don't need to be here. You know, he's fantastic to work with. He's in a very good place at the moment, and he's doing everything that he should be doing, which is showing the public the other side of Tyson Fury. This is the real Tyson Fury, you see. You know, and he's in his element here, and I think we're going to be in for something very, very special on the first. You're going to see another side of Tyson Fury when he regains that belt.
Hi, Jeandra LaBeouf, right here. Boxing.
Hello.
Boxing Insider. There's a clip that's circulating around from many years ago of Emmanuel Stewart saying he foresaw that this showdown. When he initially made those statements, what did that spark in you as a fighter, given his history of champion heavyweights and his long history in the sport?
Yes, I had the fortunate events to train with the late great Emmanuel Stewart, may he rest in peace. And as soon as I worked with him on the first day, he told me I was going to be heavyweight champion of the world. He even told Vladimir Klitschko, when Vladimir was world champion, he said straight to his face, he said, Tyson Fury is the heir to your throne. He said, he is the next heavyweight champion of the world. He said, I don't see anybody else. But then he also said, there's this young guy in America who nobody's going on about. He's called Deontay Wilder. He said, I've trained him as well. He said, but at the minute he doesn't have a great training base. He said, as soon as he develops a solid training schedule, he'll come on as well. And he said, I see him as your main rival. He said, I don't see anybody else. And at the time, there was quite a few unbeaten prospects coming through. Everyone was talking about knockout artists from all over the world. And he said, I don't see anybody with more mental strength than Tyson Fury. And he said, even at that stage, when I was only say 21 or 2 years old, he said, even if Tyson fought Vladimir now, he said, I couldn't pick a winner. And even though I'm Vladimir Klitschko's trainer at the time, he told him. And it all worked into my favour going into the Vladimir fight, because he had to hear all the way through his training camp, and he played on his mind. There's a lot of mental stuff goes on in boxing. It ain't just brawn and power and strength. I believe boxing is 98% a mental strength battle.
And also one more question. When you make a lot to do about Wilder's physical build, his small ankles, you have a long history of knowing him and watching the evolution of his career. Yeah. Do you feel like he's evolved as a fighter, he's a one-dimensional fighter, or what do you think of the evolution of him from the beginning to being a champion?
I've got to be very brutally honest, because I'm a very honest man and I speak from the heart. I think Deontay Wilder is an amazing person. I like what he's done with himself. He's changed his stars. He's come from nothing to having everything to be the heavyweight champion of the world. So I've got to respect that, respect him, and he provides for his family like that. And as he's evolved over the years, he's had a lot of fights, 40 professional fights. He's come on and on and on and on. And in his last 5 fights since 2015, he has stepped up the competition. And he's become better and better. And I do believe he's an evolving fighter, Deontay Wilder, because he came into boxing so late and he didn't have the big amateur background. Although he did get a bronze medal for the country, he never had no vast experience in boxing on world level. So I believe he was learning on the job, and all those 40 professional fights have really helped him along the way on his skills. And I believe now he's at his best, he's at his most confident, and I'm going to use all of that to play against him.
Thank you.
Tyson.
Yep.
We know that Deontay Wilder has dropped off his opponent. Will you be the first one not to be knocked out or dropped?
100%. Everyone builds Deontay Wilder up. We look at the record, 40 wins, 39 KOs. But it's not the KOs, it's who you've KO'd. There's a guy who lives here in California called Chris Arreola, the Nightmare. And I spoke to the Nightmare personally, and he said he doesn't hit as hard as both Klitschko's. And he says I will win the fight. And he's boxed Wilder. So he didn't knock Chris out, did he? Chris retired with an injury. He didn't even look like knocking Chris Arreola out. And then he made excuses after the fight saying this, that, and the other, my hand, my shoulder, whatever. He isn't this big knockout king that everybody thinks. A lot of people are going into the ring and looking for a comfy position on the canvas before they go in there. They're afraid. They think, Deontay Wilder, big power, hits me, I fall down. I don't fear power. Klitschko had a massive knockout ratio going into our fight. He hit me bang on the chin, didn't matter. But the thing is, what I've got the mental edge on Wilder is, I've seen him knocked out before as an amateur. Nobody ever knocked me out as an amateur or professional. But I've seen him with a head guard on and big padded gloves being knocked out. So I believe I can emulate that performance and knock him out. The guy who knocked him out was about 5'10", weighed about 204 pounds. So I'm 6'9", weighing 260. And when he feels the ferocious right hand of the Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, his legs will buckle. And I keep going on about his legs and his ankles, because he has got very athletic build. Maybe he should have stuck to basketball, because he's definitely not going to be a fighter after I finish with him.
Tyson, I was told that neither fighter in this case is enrolled in either VADA or USADA, and I was just kind of wondering why that was.
Yeah, I'm enrolled in VADA and USADA.
Oh, you are?
I'm on a whereabouts program as well, so I have to tell the World Anti-Doping where I am for an hour every day so they can come and see me. And UCAD, UK Anti-Doping.
Okay. And one other one. You know, when you started out today, out on the stage, and coming out with your one-liners and stuff, seemed like it was pretty playful. Obviously, by the end, when there was all that commotion on the stage, it looked like it kind of crossed into somewhere that was kind of real. Yeah. I'm just kind of wondering, where's that line between you guys just kind of entertaining the crowd and you guys actually trying to like hurt each other?
This is a fight. It's a fight game. Sometimes things get heated. We're fighters. We're proud men, and he can't come into my space, and I'm sure I can't come into his space without getting pushed or punched in the face. And it is what it is. Tensions are high. We don't mean to offend anybody, and if we have, I'll apologise for me, and I'll apologise for Deontay Wilder, but this is boxing. And tempers are high. Both men want to win really bad, and I think the emotion showed today more than it did in the last two press conferences. It can be playful and eventful, but sometimes it switches up, and as you've seen today, we were both ready to go there. Both ready to go. So, it was good. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Tyson.
Yeah?
Michael Rosenthal.
Hey, Mikey.
Hey. Nice to meet you, finally.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. You mentioned legacy. How often do you think about your place in history, and what will it take for you to be spoken in the same sentence with the best heavyweights, of the last half century or whatever?
One step is beating Deontay Wilder on the first, and then we'll see where it goes. Legacies and all this thing. Wilder talks about it a lot. He wants to be remembered as the man who was a man or whatever. But when I beat Klitschko in Germany in 2015, that was my Everest. I'd climbed to the top, and I didn't feel I had anything more to do. And it did take me 2.5 years to get the hunger back to think, right,